Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Gaurachandra Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gauranga Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gauranga Gauranga Gaurachandra Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Nityananda 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 Gauranga Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gaurachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Gauranga Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ooh. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Good morning, my dear friends. Time to save the world by bringing Lord Caitanya here, and Radha and Krishna here, by chanting their names in loving ecstasy, communion. It's all about love. It's all about loving relations. It's all about saving God by saving the world by loving God. Saving the Lord's servants by loving the true Lord, the one who lives forever and bestows upon the world eternal life. Yeah, that God. Page 353 again. In Madhya Lila, chapter 9. This book. You told me earlier, Sridhar says, you told me earlier that the Mother Ganga that I worship has emanated from your lotus feet. You told me earlier that the Mother Ganga that I worship has emanated from your lotus feet. Due to my sinful heart, I could not recognize you. I had no realization of your supreme position. Yeah, this is why you have to associate with the devotees whose hearts have been purified by this bhakti, this ecstatic devotion that you see manifest spontaneously. You know, and people only read about that don't understand. You have to see it, And this purifies the heart so we can recognize the true nature of the Lord, Satchidananda, manifestation of the Lord. Otherwise, we can't recognize. That's why you got to be with devotees whose hearts have this particular kind of purification, not by, the purification and the mode of goodness and rules. It's external, It's like like taking the outer shower. You cleanse the body. That's what Brahmins do 3 times a day. Clean the outside of the cup. What about the inside of the cup? So everybody, the whole world is externally doing that. Outside, everything is outside. You're looking outside. So bhakti, devotion, purifies the inside. See, and then these verses, like Jesus said, Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. He saw God because of that communion, the purified heart from intimacy, intimate worship of the Lord. Yeah, because of the sinful heart. See what Sridhar, see, it wasn't because of his sinful heart, but that's what it is for people in the world. See, he's under the yoga maya. The yoga maya makes people can't recognize the Lord, so the Lord can be really intimate with them. Otherwise, it would be, oh, I'm with God, I can't fight with the Lord. He's the Lord, after all. See, so yoga maya makes it so that, but then there's the world. They don't have that kind of relationship of Vrindavan. They have the world, which, because of the sinful heart, they cannot recognize. See, two levels going on here. There's yoga maya and mahamaya. Mahamaya also, it pollutes the heart. See, so that one cannot recognize even that there is a God. It become like these elites who are taking over the world now. They don't believe there is a God. They believe they are gods. I heard it from their own mouths now. It's all over the internet, man. Yeah. The guy just blatantly says, the World Economic Forum guys, it's blatantly, hey man, there is no God. We're the gods of this world. See, imitation. Okay? That's because of a sinful heart. See, that's the demons, the motive, passion, and ignorance. They want to shape the world. See, like this. It's already shaped. What's the problem, man? God's not doing a good enough job for them. Providing air for us to breathe. See, people want to imitate. Not even Lord Brahma can imitate the Lord's position, even as Vishnu. Nobody can take the position of anybody in this world like that. So not even Lord Brahma can maintain. But see, the ignorance is that you try to compete with the Lord's position. You want to create. The demons are the antithesis of the absolute truth. They're the shadow of it. By looking at the shadow, you can begin to understand the true nature of God if your heart is purified. Say, oh, look at these pictures. They're trying to imitate the creation of the world by Brahma. And they can't do that. Only Brahma can create this world. Oh, they want to imitate the nature of Vishnu, who maintains this world. Do you see how they want to? Well, we'll maintain everybody. See, that's the government, the Democrats, the communism. They want, oh yeah, we'll maintain everybody. Yes, we'll give it a universal basic income, and we'll give everybody the maintenance, and we'll be in control. See, like this, but it never works out because it's imitation of what already is. Just already, This is why devotees, they're free, carefree. Oh, I don't have to imitate. The Lord created nicely already. It's beautiful. it's working good, So what if cows fart? It must be okay. But Bill Gates, it's a big problem. Cows farts. What is this cow farts? This is against our laws. See, they like to create. See, this is the whole thing. Government. See, they want more laws. See, they like to create laws. The Lord already created the laws of nature and all that, but no. We have to create laws. This is imitation. How the world is. You are the same, supreme. I had no realization of your supreme position. See, and that's why, Jesus said only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father. This very intimate relation. See, it's all about intimacy. And intimacy with God is very rare, and it can only be given as a gift because it's so difficult to attain. See, so only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son, see, the Son, the truth, the living truth in this world, can reveal the true nature of the Father to whom he chooses. No one else can. That's why a real guru can reveal the true nature of Krishna, like that verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 3 or 4, first verse. See? Those who have the mercy of Lord Caitanya. See, what is that mercy? Purified heart. See, bhakti, when you have that mercy. How do you get that mercy? Through the real disciplined line. Through those devotees whose hearts are purified by this bhakti. They're used by the Lord to teach the real path, the clear path, the logical path, the powerful path, the supreme path to him quickly. Okay? So the Son can reveal the Father, the true nature of the Father. See, all these verses are completely in harmony, and they're only spoken by those who have realized the true nature of the Lord by this bhakti. Only they can communicate it to the world. See, communication. See? I took a communication course in college once. I loved it. I loved the idea of communication. But what is being communicated in the world? Ignorance, usually. Some level of ignorance is being communicated. How many people are communicating like Sridhar, the absolute truth? This is what awakens the soul and nourishes the soul. We need these kind of talks. We need to remember Krishna. This is the religion of the age. It's not a bunch of rules and regulations. Not now. We need a more powerful internal process, not an external process. You see where that's going now. Even the gurus are bewildered and telling people to put poison in their arms. Not strong enough, is it? Okay. We need the spirit of devotion communicated to the world now. It's the only way. Strong medicine to cure a big disease of ignorance. So Lord Caitanya brought that 550 years ago. So many hearts were being purified by his association, and those whose hearts were purified by his association, developing this prema bhakti that we're distributing, by the way. The internal process, purifying the hearts. See, then people could recognize God. They could recognize, Lord Caitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, came here to deliver us. Look, we're getting delivered through his devotees. He's teaching us to go through his devotees to get his association. He did so much of that in these books. You want to hear Hari Katha from me? No, don't go directly to me. Go to my devotee, Ramananda Roy, the Sudra over there. Don't you see he has the symptoms of knowing me? So you want to know me, you got to go through him. See, what are the symptoms of knowing God? That has been forgotten in Vaishnavism. It's all no-shows. I'm sorry, we can't show you the symptoms that we genuinely know God. We can't even explain it, but we'll imitate it and misdirect the world. Isn't the idea you go to some person that is representing God to get God? I mean, this is why people lose faith in religious leaders like these poopy popes. They lose faith in religion because a lot of the demons, they go in there and they think, this is a great way to get influence over people, because people believe in God and they want to go through the inside. We know inside that we need to go through a medium to get to God, just like people go to a medium to get to the dead. See, you got to go through a medium to get to the living also. That's the mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance is you worship ghosts, and dead spirits. See, that you go to a medium to get to that. Well, that's the antithesis of the truth. We go to the real by medium, the person who really knows God. See? Then it works. But people have lost faith in that. Why? Because of these demons. They know that they're crafty and they imitate it. And that's the obstacle that the living God gets you through, that comes through the living devotee who is alive because of this kind of stuff that we show and teach here. These principles of Caitanya taught. So you also have to go through the medium to get to the living, to get to life. What did Jesus say? I have life, I can give it to you abundantly. He was a medium for that life, wasn't he? Isn't that funny? Universal truth. If you don't accept these universal truths, you'll be on universal income from the government, who will control everything in your life and look up your a-hole to see what's going on, because they like that part of the body. You got to be a little humorous about these things. Hey, is it Isan Claridge? Thank you for coming. I watched one of his videos. Very nice video. He was talking about the glories of methane, actually. Gas. It could be useful. It can make a whole generator and everything. So Bill Gates should consult with this Isan and get clear about, to stop, we need those cow farts, man. It can generate energy. Bill Gates is a non-believer in nature, even on the basic level. We need these cows. No, we're not going to get rid of any cows. We're not going to put any masks on a cow's asses. He probably thinks if we put a mask on the ass of the cow, then the methane won't get through. It's like the viruses won't get through the mask. See, these guys, they're supposed to be smart, but they don't seem to be so smart. I think we should put Ishan in there, Bill Gates' position over there. Cow protect the cows,
Thanks for using.
So that they can, so the methane can be used for generating energy and stuff like that. So, let's see here. I love the truth is so amazing. It's so simple and it's so self-evident. But without the heart being purified, you can't see it. This is all God stuff. See, God talks about the Lord. Practical too, It's like Prabhupada's discussions on another level. We have this one guy who he calls us as his favorite sahaja, and he puts the Nazi symbol on Prabhupada's book. And so I start reading the book, and then he takes all the verses. See, these guys, they don't have a brain, man. At this time, take all the things that Prabhupada said about the world. Basically, white supremacist ideas that Prabhupada really didn't have any intention. He would just wanted to say everybody can be saved. Doesn't matter. But this guy, this is what they do in the Vaidhi level. They want to emphasize the external. Very similar to what the demons do, actually. Emphasize the external. Oh yeah, it's all about, that the white race is the supreme race. That's baloney, man. And this guy makes a whole book about this. And at this time, when everybody's having all these problems with this stuff, instead of emphasizing what Prabhupada said, hey man, everybody can get Lord Caitanya's mercy. Man, woman, black, white, orange, and whoever has that mercy is the superior race. Now that is good. That is conclusive. That is all right. That is important. That is important to know because it's really true. We're all weak, whether we're black, white, we're all fallen souls. But connecting with God again, our Lord, makes us complete, strong, and like kings, whether you're black, white, yellow, doesn't matter. Then there's no more fighting. We're part of the superior race. See? Because the superior race is simply wholeness. We're meant to all be part of the superior race. But when you're attached to Maya and the illusion, it makes you weak and stupid and dumb on many levels. And some of the stupid people are the ones who think they're of the superior race. They're the ones who are in governments and all of that stuff, simply because they haven't accepted their fallen condition. The Lord in this age, the new world order is this, is connect everybody. We're all fallen souls. We're all in the same boat. And we all need the shelter of the holy names of God. They are our saviors. And they come through those who have been saved, through the elites, the transcendental elites. There's no fault in that because they make you an elite. It's win-win, not win-lose. These elites of the world, they win and you lose. You become their slave, but you become part of the elites. And unless you accept the elites are the whole people who chant the holy name in ecstasy and intimacy and just receive the holy name from them and their association, you become part of those elites. There's no fault in that. That is perfect elitism. That is win-win because of that association. You become, instead of a slave, you become free. Free in chanting the name like they do in ecstasy and intimacy. Look at you guys. You're receiving the name here and staying in association for 5 years. Look how much your life is improved. Getting better, happier, more everything, more intelligence you're getting, more life. You're becoming gurus yourselves like your guru. You're saving others. People go to you and say, oh, I really like River's classes. I'm getting so much. I really like Lalita's classes. Man, I'm becoming ecstatic. You're becoming as good or even better than your guru in the proper way. Ye shall do greater things than I. I could say the same thing because that's how it works. You have to have a living, bona fide spiritual master. Receive this nectar, and then you become like that, a bona fide spiritual master for others. That's the way the Lord has set it up. Perfect system. The perfect system of deliverance. The Lord has set it up already. We just follow the system, trust the process, and become a king and a queen, a goddess of fortune, a god of fortune, because you're married back to God again, just like your guru. If your guru isn't married to God and shows the symptoms of true love for God, which are these things described in these scriptures, kick him out. Kick him off his seat, man. It's time. They can't do anything for you now. Go to the real path because the real path is here. Be saved. It can happen for you now. Looking at people coming here, they're getting the symptom. They're better. The devotees here getting ecstatic devotion so quickly are better than 1,000 of those Acharya Devs, 1,000 Radhanas who don't have dry eyes or tell you some bullshit that they have ecstasy, but they don't show it. It's a lie, man. I call their bluff now. and you will call their bluff too. Prove that you are real residents of the eternal world. Otherwise, what kind of friggin' guru are you? How dare anybody worship you? You are an idol, idling away people's time. Get off your seats, for God's sake. Have some scruples. How dare you take worship of somebody that is just as good as you are? The only way you can become better and is you are intimate servant of the Lord. You've realized God in truth, and then you make your disciples as good like that. Get off your friggin' seats. It's time. You've had enough. 50 years of false prestige and false glory you don't deserve. You had 50 years to make one disciple and deliver them, and you couldn't even do that. This is called illusion. People are following illusion. They believe in illusion. You believe in these words, you'll be set free. You'll become an intimate servant of God like many of us are here also. Otherwise not. Then you'll be a slave to these gurus. You'll be a slave to the governments. That's the Lord's Maya. You come over here, you'll become a happy, free person in Yoga Maya, serving the Lord's purpose, delivering souls, genuinely, truly. Sorry, I get a little overwhelmed from the chanting. That gets me, like a little what the world would call crazy. But to me, it seems reasonable. I like win-win. Yeah. I like being part of the elites and making other elites. Now they got to hide from you. Okay, let's get into it. Let's dive into this. The elites, see, they like to be elites, but they got to hide it because you got to be their slave for them to be the elites. It's so dastardly. At least I admit it, right? I'm part of the elites. Okay, now that's pretty good. And it's okay to tell you because hey man, you come here, you're going to be part of the elites too, and then you're going to make more elites, and we're going to save the world by making everybody an elite. They can't do so good. They don't have the power that we got. They got the power to be elites for a time for this life and control the people in dark ignorance, the sheeples and all that stuff. And they got to be there. The sheeple don't benefit. They become their slaves and becomes a dystopian George Orwell 1984, right? The TV is programming these sheeple, and they still can't figure it out. Can you imagine after 50 years of programming and that movie about the TV program, they're still watching friggin' TV. But that's the only power the elites have over those kinds of persons. And they think, wow, this is glorious. It ain't no glorious, man. You can't really benefit. We can benefit the sheeple, and we can benefit you so-called elites. We can benefit you gurus. Once we dethrone you, take your claws out, show your real positions of destitute, then you can get this mercy and become really part of the elites, part of the new world order. The new world order is a love of Krishna. And I don't need any government to tell me what to do and what not to do. I got Radha and Krishna to tell me what to do and not to do, just like Jesus Christ did, just like the followers of Lord Caitanya did. The elites over there, they don't want anybody to tell them what to do. They want to be free, and you become a slave. Well, hey, man, I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. And I get people to become free also, free of the influence of those so-called elites, those, those bottom feeders, man. You got to admit, that you guys don't have the best path. We got the best path for everyone. This is the coming age talked about in the Bible. This is the time, man. We're here to inaugurate it. We're here to save the world, right, Ishan? In a way that everybody wins. Now, you can't get a better deal than that, Billy Boy Gates, George Soros, and all you guys, and Rockefellers, and all of you guys. This is a good deal for you. You've been looking for the perfect system. They were trying to think, well, let's do a new world order. That'll be the way they order everything. Not that way. Not making everybody like robots. Come on. What kind of what kind of creativity is that? You make everybody robots and robotic and AI and take people's jobs away and all that stuff. Here we're putting people to work. We got new work for you in here. Chant the holy name in ecstatic devotion, man. That's the highest form of welfare work for the world, for your own welfare and the welfare of everybody else. Is relish the name of God. That is the Lord's system of Kali Yuga. This is the new world order, is transcendental metals, tasting the holy, ecstatic name of God. Don't we prove that every day that the Lord's given us that mercy? This is it. This is the treasure. This is the pearl of great price revealed. This is the highest treasure. This is the greatest knowledge, is this devotional service, what Lord Caitanya already brought here. I'm just very privileged to revive that message again, just like he revived the message of Krishna worship. Radha and Krishna. We're reviving the worship of Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya and his teachings of how to attain the highest blessings, the highest revelation of God. This will help Christians and Muslims, everybody, religious, non-religious, doesn't matter. Out of the heart of the mouth speaks. So start chanting Hare Krishna is the heart full of God. Yes, especially in ecstasy. Spontaneous love of God. The Lord came to give that. That is our contribution to the world and to the elites and to the poor people, to the rich people, to the sannyasis and to their followers and to the gurus and to everybody, is to come and chant the ecstatic name of God and become free in your loving relationships with the Lord. True, spontaneous, ecstatic, loving relationship with God. Everybody becomes free. We're all connected to that transcendental Lord. Find out how wonderful it is. We'll show you here. We'll teach you all its glories. We'll show you we are authorities in this distribution. We are, see, authority means authorized. You go to say you want Amway product, right? You got to go to the Amway distributor, otherwise you can't get that product. The same thing. You want love of God, which is the whole goal of Krishna consciousness, which is the only way to become conscious of Krishna, is loving the Lord. Spontaneous love of God. He is the only way to know Krishna. Only Radha knows Krishna. Only those who are connected with her and the bliss of real devotees can know the truth about Krishna and communicate it to others. Wake people up. Bonnie, welcome. Thank you for coming. Jesus says, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So chant, yeah. Actually, I think the verse goes, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. See, when you have abundance in there, what is abundance? The real treasure is loving relationships with God. There you go. That makes you abundant. It gives you freedom. It gives you all the good things, makes you a God, and God is a fortune. in this world. Out of the abundance in the heart. See, true abundance, people think you think it's a new age thing. You got to work your butt off to visualize all these things that you selfishly want and all of that stuff. And a devotee, oh, he gets true abundance, have abundant love for the Lord. Oh, does that create abundance? Oh, does that create every good thing that you can think about and that you can't even think about and imagine? You want true abundance? Just get what Lord Caitanya came to preach, devotional mellows, that none of these gurus preach about. None of the, well, they may preach about it a little bit, but they're not experienced devotees. They can't communicate it to others. You have to have the experience of spontaneous, loving relations with God to communicate it to others, to awaken it to others, to be a real guru. Lord Caitanya says, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna, and that means symptoms, baby. Symptoms of devotion, the tears, the holy laughter, all that stuff you see in many of our Sangha members. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly no doubt at all that they are guru, they are a spiritual master, and you can be delivered by them. Delivered what? The baby, the real baby, baby Krishna in your heart. Awaken up. And then the deeds get water it and becomes more mature, more loving relations, comes to the beloved stage. First, you play with the baby, you look at the baby. Ooh, look at Krishna. Ooh, every day, right? Sadhu Sangha, we're looking at the baby. Matures after a while, it becomes more. You got to nourish the baby like a mother and father, right? And then it grows up more, and all of a sudden, ooh, this beloved thing, the Gopi Bhav type thing. Ooh, where's my mate for life? And that means forever life, not just for this life. What, you think it's a till death do you part trip? What you got with these mundane people full of pus and stool and all that stuff? No, it's forever. The subtle body of the Lord is pure, purifying. It's the bread of life for devotees. You know, the bread of life, Jesus said, I'm the bread of life. The name of God is the bread of life. If you chant Jesus' name in ecstasy, man, you're eating bread, eating real food. If you chant Krishna's name in ecstasy, you're eating real bread. It shows, man, this person, you can, from the outsider can look, hey, man, this person's eating a meal, a subtle meal. This guy's a transcendental cannibal, man. He's eating the name of God. You think, see, the demoniac thing is eating flesh, the human, this is what these stupid, oh, I'm sorry, these elites do. They're into that stuff, cannibalism and all that. They want to make us that way. They want to create this society where there's no food and then everybody be eating each other. Can you believe that? They want that kind of stuff here. Hey, man, I don't need to eat any body. I eat God's body. His body is subtle, man, and he likes to be eaten. That's why Jesus said, I'm the bread of life. My God, I chant my name, my Jesus' name, and I get ecstatic. I eat his body, man. I break bread with Jesus every day. He's the bread. He's the wine. Drink his blood, man. It's transcendental blood. His blood is the scriptures, man, the names. It gets you intoxicated, man. Can't you see? I drink the blood of God every day. I love it, and it's an intelligent thing to do. You have to know what is the blood of God. The blood of God. These are metaphors, man, for the eternal truth. Jesus lost about 60 disciples because he said, you got to drink my blood and eat my body, and they couldn't understand. See, because they're mundane. See? You got to drink the names of God, man. You got to relish their words and get drunk on them. Like River, like Tom does now. sometimes. Once I shocked Melbourne Temple crying for 30 minutes at Prabhupada's feet, leaving snot on the altar. Oh, really? That's great, man. They didn't have holy snot, man. When you crying for Prabhupada. See, that's amazing. It shows you, that's why Prabhupada sent you here. Yeah. This is for the elites, the saviors of the world. It's true. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no ego trip in this. How can it be an ego-driven thing, a false ego to save the world when you actually do it? You're already saving the world. Look how many people of the world are coming here. You're being saved. Where's the false ego in that? It's just true, man. You're saved by getting ecstatic devotion. It's true. The scriptures proclaim it. I just tell you, if you get it here, oh, you found the right place. I don't see Radhanath teaching anybody this stuff or Krishna West. I don't see any deliverance going on. All it is a big show. Big show in the bottle, and you're outside the bottle, and so are they. You got to come in through the neck, man, and then you go inside the bottle where Vrindavan is, and you're in the party, man. The neck is the voice. You notice the neck of the bottle, the mouth. See, they call it the mouth of the bottle. Inside there is Vrindavan, man. It's a great place. It's just in this small body. Go in through the neck, the narrow gate. See, Jesus talked the narrow gate. You go in the bottle. It's just a small, like 20 liter bottle in there. And it expands. And all of a sudden, it's bigger than the universe. That's Krishna, man. He's like that. You go into paradise. Yeah. Yeah. We make saviors of as long as people are it's all everybody can be included, but you got to trust the process. You got to follow the real process, which we teach. You come to those who have been saved and get this spirit of devotion, and you relish these mellows, and then you're saved. Otherwise, you're not saved. If you can't taste the ecstasy in the Hare Krishna mantra to the point of tears, Prabhupada even said you're not even cultivating devotional service. You can check it, Nectar Devotional Service. If you're chanting a holy name and tears don't appear in the eyes, then you're not saved. Not really. Not the type of saving that Krishna consciousness is about, is to bring you to Vrindavan. But you come here and you chant with these ecstatic devotees, tears will appear in your eyes. Very easily, spontaneously. Simply because you please God, just come where his real devotees are. If you're going to these gurus and sannyasis and say, oh, Gurudev, deliver me, and your eyes are still dry, you haven't found the real guru. Or you coming here, you don't have the right intentions. And Krishna knows your heart. Maybe you don't have faith. Maybe, maybe you come here for you have other motives or something. Krishna knows it. But if you come here for Krishna, tears are going to come in your eyes, man. You're going to get the real mercy of the Lord. We prove it over and over again. Krishna send us the jewels here. The jewels come here. The ones who have other motives and all that, you go over to those gurus and give them troubles. And where that's their baptism, is to realize that they can't do the job, that they can't really save their disciples, that it's a lie, a sham, a deception. Then when you're ready, you come here and you'll be saved. You'll feel it. You'll experience it. You'll glorify it, the process, the true process. You'll show the real way to people who are looking for the light. You'll be like Jesus said to his disciples, ye are the light of the world, man. If you have a light, you don't put a shade over it. You hang it up so people can see it. That means you hang up the truth. That means you hang it up. You speak it. You speak life and light into the world. The light is the conclusive truth. You ain't doing that, step aside, because we're doing it. That's great. Stay in this association and it'll be amazing, man. Just everything will increase. Everything. Clarity, understanding, purification, ecstasies, everything. Everything is here. Baptism in Maya. That's what religion has to offer. Yeah, well, ultimately you realize religion is materially motivated. You have to have the pure religion. Pure religion is chanting the holy name in ecstasy. And the path to that, chanting the holy name in ecstasy, are the devotees who chant the holy name in ecstasy. That's what Jesus meant. I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the light. You got to become that. If you're not that, you're not guru. You can't save anybody. Not really. You got to be the truth. The truth is ecstatic worship of the Lord is the highest conclusive truth. The way are the devotees who chant like that. You got to be that kind of devotee. And the life, you have to have the life that comes from ecstatic chanting, that wine, that intoxicating happiness that lasts forever, that bubbles up in you every day. Spontaneous devotional love of Krishna. There you go. That's the life. Are you that kind of guru out there? Or are you following that kind of guru? If not, you're following the wrong place. You're going into a dark place. We're here to show the light, man. Show what light is. Teach what light is. Manifest what light is. Bring people into the light, life, and truth of God and deliver them. Make everybody elites. Yes, please associate, man. We like people like that are here to save the world. We need some help, man. We're all workers for that. I was crying before I joined ISKCON at the age of 4. Later, I was attracted by the holy name. Oh, good. Oh, okay. Where were we? All right. You are embodiment of the highest esoteric process. So when you become a devotee of Lord Caitanya, you become an embodiment of the highest esoteric process by the Lord's grace. By Lord Caitanya's grace and grace coming through the real disciplic line, you teach the highest esoteric process. You know what that is simply? It's getting the mercy of Lord Caitanya coming through the disciplic line. To getting this grace to chant the holy names with great ecstatic love. Highest benediction. Okay? That only comes through the empowered embodiments of the highest esoteric persons. It's the grace and mercy of Lord Caitanya. And if you're not preaching that, you're not an embodiment of the highest esoteric process. You're not a real associate of Lord Caitanya. So people, you're idol worshiping when you're not with somebody like that. See, idling, it's like a car. You're in that car, man. And the conclusive truth is the shifter of that car. See? And the true Lord is the motor. See? But if you don't have the conclusive truth, man, you stay in idle. You got this car, and it's not moving anywhere until your death. Then the car goes into the junk heap. That's your body. See? But when you put the car in gear, see, because you have conclusive truth, then your car moves. See, moves to the destination, which is Goloka Vrindavan. Otherwise, you're not moving, man. At best you come to religion or Vaidhi Bhakti and you're doing rules and ceremonies and everything. No ecstatic tears or love is awakened in your heart. Not much. You're an idol still. And your gurus, because they're an idol. They're idolaters. They preach idolatry. or preach it. Oh yeah, take shelter of Moses and Jesus and Prabhupada and all that stuff, but take shelter of us to get there. And even though you're not, you got to become like Prabhupada, man. If you're not an ecstatic chanter like Prabhupada, you're not a bona fide representative of this line. You got to, and that shows because you're not progressive. You're just a student, man. You're no spiritual master. See? What is this? You need to be as good as Prabhupada to be a real spiritual master in this line, to keep this line intact. Otherwise, you just do a shoddy job. See, you say everybody, oh yeah, worship Prabhupada, but worship us? Well, yeah, do you have ecstatic devotion like Prabhupada? Do you have tears like Prabhupada had when he worshiped Krishna and Radha? Can you prove it? No, you can't even prove it. You guys are bluffers, liars, deceivers. You say, oh yeah, well, it's too private to show. We should, but I won't, because you can't show them because you're lying to them. Your followers would be better off without you now. Why? Because there's something better here. Real truth, real honesty, not lying, no deception. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. And what you get is an experience and an encounter of the true Lord and the true worship, ecstatic worship. Who else do you need but the real line? Judges not, and ye shall not be grudged. Yeah, Jesus said, judge not, lest ye shall be judged. That's when your heart is not purified. And then, but my judgment is just, he said. When your heart is purified, you make judgments. You do that to help people see where the real path is. I have to judge these gurus, man. They're judged. They're judged as they are. You're not liberated souls. People need to know that. We need to show you why, what the real path is. Otherwise, people don't know. They keep following the dark path because nobody's pointing out the just judgment. That's Majjamadikari. You have to know things as they are. And you have to hear as they are from a real guru and follow their lead, follow their word. Otherwise, you're following the words of those who have not realized Krishna, right? You need to know where the real path is and where it isn't. You have to meet a devotee Bhagavat, man. They're like the book Bhagavat says the book Bhagavat is only known by the ones whose hearts are purified. See? And what is the book Bhagavat? Is what you hear here. You're hearing the book Bhagavat, my friend. And the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. And it's an illusion to follow an idol. Somebody who cannot deliver you is one big friggin' illusion. If you're saying, oh, Guru Dev, deliver me, and he can't do it, you're following an illusion. That's devotee Bhagavat. They got a mouth, man. And they speak to the book. Otherwise, it's just in the book. What? These guys can't preach you the real Bhagavatam. They're not an example of the real Bhagavatam. They can't give you the highest truth because they don't represent the highest truth. They are not indeed. The Lord isn't using them to manifest ecstatic devotion in this world, which is the highest truth. Therefore, they can't distinguish illusion for you because they're an illusion themselves. They need to go to Shiksha Guru themselves. And then what is the harm? They come here and become a real guru and deliver their disciples. Otherwise, you just play the show, the game, their whole friggin' lives, false prestige. You don't deserve it. You didn't get this undeserved mercy that we got. Look at this. The Lord, I didn't come to become guru. The Lord just made it so. Why? Because the real mercy is here. The real mercy, you get the real mercy, and you're the one saying, hey, man, you're Guru Dave, man. You're a Bhaktivedanta. We got mercy from you. There, you got all these artificial rubber stamps. Well, he's Guru because we stamped it so. He's Guru because he got a big title. He's Guru because he's got a nice dhoti. He's Guru because we said so. That's a lie. That's an illusion. Just like how they print money. Oh, we say this is valuable, this piece of paper shit that has no real value. We say it's valuable because we say it's so. Isn't that what they do with the money? That's all falling apart. And then it all falls apart when it's a lie. There's no value in that. What is the resource of paper? It's good to wipe your ass with. That's all it's good for. And to write on. This paper is worthless. That's what they should put on a dollar bill. There's nothing backing it. Yeah, there's nothing backing these gurus. What's backing you? Because we say they're guru, they're your deliverers. You got to believe us. Nothing backing. No tears, no true backing. You got to go to a guru who has real backing. There's somebody backing them. You got to see who's backing. That Radha's backing. She's the tears, man. She's the ecstasy and bliss and the drunken, ecstatic worship, man. That's Radha. Is Radha backing you, gurus? Anybody out there? Is the conclusive understanding of Krishna consciousness backing you out there? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything like this. We got backing, and how do you know there's wealth here? Because you get the wealth, man. You get the wealth transference, don't you? You get a transfer of real wealth here. What do these elites do? What do you gurus do? You get the wealth transferred to you guys so you can live in big mansions in Santa Barbara and have all your servants there. That's your wealth. You transfer the wealth of your disciples to you. And what do they get back? Nothing. No ecstatic devotion. At least if you're going to give money or something to a guru, can't you get at least ecstatic devotion? Can't you get your consciousness nourished? Can't you hear some truth? Because you got nothing to really give them. They're no better. You're actually worse than they are. Just by taking that position, you become more corrupted than your own disciples and followers. Isn't that the way it is in the world? They get a position they don't deserve as part. They become worse than the people that support them, the taxpayers. Look what they're doing with the money. They're using that money to kill the people of the world. To exterminate them. Oh, thank you very much. We're paying for our own extermination. Isn't that amazing? We're paying for these guys to lead us, these unelected leaders in the World Economic Forum. We're paying them to exterminate us. So you do that in religion. You do that with the gurus. Look, they're telling you, the Krishna West guru telling you to get the poison in your arms, you idiots. So you ready to, otherwise come with us if you want to live. Otherwise you're slated for exterminations. They're helping you. They're helping the New World Order under their guidance. And that's really not the New World Order. That's an old thing that never worked and never will work. The New World Order, make people robots, and they you can't even put an opinion on Facebook now that goes against the New World Order. Can you imagine that? You can't even give an opinion that's going to save people's lives. They want people to die, and if you don't go with it, well, too bad for you. We'll take you out. It's the same thing. What is the difference in religion? We have the real understanding here, right? We have the real truth here. We have real ecstasy here, real conclusive understanding. We prove every day that we are inspired to tell you what's really in these books. And the government of Vaishnavism says, oh, don't go over there and listen to those guys. See, follow our lead and we'll get you the shots and we'll put the masks on you. We'll keep you in fear. Isan. The guy has a pure heart. That's the thing. I was watching one of his videos. It was so pure-hearted, man. Just simple person, just sharing his heart. It's beautiful to hear. Honest. See, and that even got him trouble in the world. Because people, you got to be. See, the thing is, you have to be wise as a serpent to survive in this world. You got to be wiser than these guys, these wise guys out there. That's all they are, wise guys, but not really wise. See, when you serve Maya, it makes you think. You get positions and all this stuff and become corrupted, and it's one corruptible situation. The whole thing is a sham, and you can become free of that now. But you have to take to the association of real devotees. Here there's no Maya, no Illusarian. Why? How can because we have ecstatic devotion in this sangha, and because we have conclusive truth. No, Maya will not say. She will not commit the offense of desecrating our sacrifice here. She wouldn't want to. She said, these people really know. They really know my game and what I'm here to do and what I'm trying to teach the living entities. I have no jurisdiction. She has no jurisdiction here, what we're doing. None. She stays like this. It's like that. Lord Caitanya, when they were at Lord Caitanya, hey, you're with Lord Caitanya. I'm here with Lord Caitanya. That's what makes this here go. Lord Caitanya was the combined Radha and Krishna worship. That worship is here. Therefore, the Lord's grace is here. The Lord's protection is here. That kind of worship is here. And I haven't seen it anywhere else. I just see people lying about it. Deceive. Oh, yeah, I have it. But that's private. Yeah, sure. Congrats, but I'm not sure I can be an ecstatic actor as you, real ecstatic. Yeah, you could, but the thing is, you probably maybe have a little teachy thing in you. Maybe you want to be like a guru too. I don't know. I haven't talked to you that much, but I kind of see things coming in the way you present yourself. You could be ecstatic like the devotees here. You just trust the process, become a real disciple and a real follower. And from your heart, not thinking that you also want to be a teacher or all that. The real teachers here become purified and automatically becomes a natural teacher. You become naturally ecstatic, and then people will look up to you that are meant to look up to you. And then the people in illusion, they'll look down on you and criticize and all that, and it'll be, oh, no problem. You're just in illusion. What are you going to do? Yeah, but everybody can you got to become a real follower of the real path. How did people become delivered with Jesus? Jesus was here, right? They accepted him as their guru, as their life in this world, and they got it. You think it's any different? It's always in the Vaishnava system teaches the same thing. The only problem is you don't have any. I haven't seen any really authorized gurus around here. They can't do the job. But if you're like that, I mean, my disciples here, they're glorifying their guru here, and they're so ecstatic and free. So if you do that, or anybody does that, why shouldn't you get the same result as they get? Am I telling a lie, River, or is that the way it works? That's the truth. They're the ones. Go follow their suit. Go follow what River does and Lalita Ganga and Johan does. Follow their way. Look at what they are doing. Ask them. Inquire from them. What are you doing to become so ecstatic? And then you'll learn something. They're better teachers than me in that way. They're the results of getting the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master in the world. Ask them what they've done and follow what they did, and you'll get it too. Why should the Lord not give you what they? I mean, look at River; she's ecstatic, like Lalita. Look at Johan; they're all ecstatic devotees. Look at Janaki's and so many of Govindas. Look at Tom; he's becoming ecstatic. I saw him chanting and in ecstasy yesterday. Is this an upgrade you're getting, Tom? You getting the upgrade? Yep. See, he's got Radharani eyeing on him. Can you see? She's got her eye on that guy. They said that about Sri Chaitanya. His ecstasy was an act of overly sensitive. Exactly. They said the same thing. So why shouldn't I'm not above my master. My master is Jesus Christ and Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. I'm not above them. So they said Lord Chaitanya was also. They said Nartam was a Sahaja and Shamananda. Not everybody, but a lot of people didn't know. But did that stop Lord Chaitanya from preaching ecstatic worship? No, he kept on. I got the order to preach ecstatic worship from Prabhupada himself. I'm going to prove that is the real path. This is what Prabhupada wants his disciples to follow if they got sufficient intelligence. If you're less intelligent, stay in your Vaidhi Bhakti platform. If the Lord gives you more intelligence, you'll come here because this is the order of Prabhupada. This is the will of God coming through. The real disciplic line is people now get ecstatic devotion. If you've had 50 years to show that you could give it, but you can't give it, none of you. Radhanath, how long have you been a guru? A long time. No, where's the ecstatic devotion? It's not in you that I see. Oh, how about you, Acharya Dave? Where's your ecstatic devotion? You've been a disciple since Prabhupada, yeah? Where is it on you? Where is the ecstatic symptoms in you that you represent Lord Caitanya? He was an ecstatic person. Nityananda was ecstatic. Where's that representation in you? Where's that empowerment in you? Where's the conclusive understanding in you? I don't see it anywhere. Therefore, step aside. The real line is here for everybody, for you. So you come here and you can become as ecstatic as the real devotees are, and then you become a real guru and deliver your disciples. I don't want your disciples. You come here, get this ecstatic love, and then get purified, and then you can really deliver your disciples. That's called real prestige from God. Not false. False prestige is I'm Guru Dev and worship me. Yeah, well, have you delivered your disciple? Do you get any ecstasy from them? From your gurus? No? Well, why are you worshiping some mundane object? The whole idea is I teach worship spiritual objects. See? Spiritual object and spiritual objective. The bona fide guru should be the real bona fide spiritual object of worship. See? And if it's real, if they are real, then you'll get the result of that object, that worship, which is the objective, which is love of God. That's all. Yeah. I'm not doing this, I want to be worship. I just want you to get ecstatic love. You just got to follow the real process. Whether it's here or anywhere else, the real process is. Where's the living gurus who have real living the life of ecstatic worship? Well, if there's somebody else like that, you worship them. I'll worship them. I worship even my disciples who have ecstatic devotion. That's why I get faulted. Some people here and they look at the faults in my ecstatic desire. I worship them. I glorify them. That's your illusions out there. You think I shouldn't glorify my ecstatic disciple because you see some thorns. Oh, I'll glorify River because my Lord lives inside her. You don't like it? Too bad for you. You're going to get purified. I'm going to get all of that out of you, man. Scrape it all out. You guys out there, how dare you? You know, you don't like her thorn too. Hey man, I just careful with thorns. See, my Lord's head. That's my Lord laughing there. He knows I know him and how he works. You don't see me criticize. Oh yeah, I'm going to ban her. Ban her? What? My Lord lives in her. You ban her, you're banning God. Oh no way, man. I don't mess with the Lord. Those who give His mercy. I don't care how many thorns they got or crusty parts. Doesn't matter to me. I know what's real. I see right into what's real about people. Look at River, man. She dedicated. Yeah, she criticizes me sometimes, anger and all that stuff, but I don't look at that. I look at she's still dedicated, man. She's given her life here, man. Look at it, hooked on a machine, still. Yeah, she writes a check. Somebody, here, go hard. Here's a bunch of money, man. Where do you get? Hey, man. That's not the money. It's just from the heart, though. Everything from the heart. I worship, surrender this, the word, doing their best you can. And you think I'm going to look at crust? I don't look at crust in anybody. I learn my lessons. You should too. You will if you stay here. I stay happy that way. Otherwise you'll be unhappy. I run from being uplifted. It scares me. Okay, I fear robbing Sri Chaitanya and other bona fide gurus like yourself because I'm full of faults and scared. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. We're all full of faults. The thing is, you see, it's not about that. The Lord looks at the heart. See, the Lord looks at the heart. Your heart is what the Lord's looking at. Don't worry about you have this fault, that fault. It doesn't matter. You know, you see, you come here, you'll see how that works. You stay here in this association. You're welcome. Please come. We need more people like you, honest people. This is the Lord. You stay here. You got full shelter. You stay here in this shelter, and everything will be wonderful. You'll see. Yeah. Money business to get Guru's mercy, preference by all means, and other chant. Money business, yeah, to get Guru's mercy. I don't quite understand what you mean there. If you can clarify that. No, that there's another thing when um, from the abundance of the heart, people sometimes give. That's why I don't. If it's like, ooh, I don't want to. I'd rather if you want it from your heart, it'll come naturally. That's all. We're not. Okay, where are we at? So give us a word, Tom. Let's hear from you guys a little bit.
Here is the button. Yes. Whoa. I don't know. It's so complete that it's overwhelming. It's totally um bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah, this banana shop where it's distributed from this channel, from this door, from this doorway, and when to whoa, I came to this point of focusing on the breath of Krishna, and it was really breathtaking, and I could not move, I could not say a word. That was for me the ultimate. It was so breathtaking. It's like, I cannot compare. But I had this feeling it had to do with the Manjari bath. But I'm not clear about that. The connection between this breathtaking, paralyzing experience and then the Gopi Manjari bath. It was so intense. I could not speak.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. That's good. Yeah. Anything else you want to share?
Um, Yesterday I had a visitor during the class, and he was sitting in the next room watching the video, and he said, "Yeah, don't hold back. You can just go if you want. Go live." And it was a wonderful experience. He was sitting in the next door, and I was doing live stream with you.
Oh, great. Okay, good. Thank you. River, give us a word.
Brilliant.
Great words. I
Brilliant
love
class,
those
Mara.
words. I love
what you what you're teaching us and giving to is the greatest gifts ever. Every day we receive the greatest gifts ever. Here, how the Lord is working in spirit, beyond our psychic, our gross body, our emotional body, and those bodies, and working in spirit. Oh God, marriage is the greatest place to be. Your words, though, because it's clearer now. It's so clear. It's just giving so much. It's just attaching me so much to your lotus feet. Your words are so clear. I see them. I feel feel them, and like we've been talking about. We've been talking about, being ourselves. Playing out things that we need to play out. They're there. They sometimes just need to play out. And for me, it's like I've had a shift. I've had a real shift recently.
Yeah, you look
Recently, and
different.
it's I got so many things, letting go of things, from a young age.
Yeah.
Actually, Krishna telling me them what they are through somebody else, actually telling me them what they are and what is oh, I can't say anything. I'll tell you this. I was watching this reel you were talking about cows wearing a mask on their butt. I saw this reel last night, and I don't know what they were saying because I turned the sound down. This guy, or she put a mask, the blue masks, on her dog's bottom to actually put the mask on the dog's. I don't know what she was saying and why she did it, but what came to me is so she doesn't have to pick the poo up. The dog can poo into the mask. So anyway, everything, Maharaj, everything you say, it plays out here under the shelter of the Lord. Whatever we are going through, it's being played out. The Lord is holding us to play out certain things, and it reveals the deeper Lord to us, his deeper attributes to us, how he is guiding us, He's revealing these things, and under your shelter, none of this could happen. To have somebody in my life, to have a teacher, a greatest teacher in my life, constantly sharing and teaching and guiding, being the example for us, being that example, holding on to that example. So many examples you're making, because you are the living example, the greatest example for us, and giving us that, sharing that with us. So we too are receiving that as well. Maharaj, this is all I can say is my actions, by staying here, staying rooted, being under your shelter, doing as much as I can, and being here. My thorns, you talk about, a rose has thorns. And if we hold it, we get pricked. Mother. I apologize to those devotees, and but apologies as well, because it's been able to play that out and actually seeing it and letting it go, allowing the Lord to sit here and grow more here in the in the heart. It's because I've been able to be myself as much as I can. And it's playing those things out that we must do. We are realizing that we don't need to play them all out. We don't have to do that, because the Lord is giving us that knowledge, giving us that shelter, giving us that path to be able to walk and actually leave that gunk behind. It's just leaving that gunk behind and walking this path clearly with you more and more. And thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much. I'm not going anywhere. Green is it. Even Kruna is saying something. Things are changing. Even with being here and being with Karuna's path as well, seeing it changing, seeing it deeper, seeing that deeper as well, seeing what the things that Karuna does and seeing the results of them as well. It's amazing. So yeah, I apologize to the devotees on his behalf as well. For myself, you be quiet. This is my thing. You be quiet. Because he's playing out what he needs to play out, and that is what you have been telling us to play it out. But now to see who Karuna really is, instead of all of those faults, to see who he really is bringing me closest to who I really am, the Lord within me. I have so many things to say, I can't get them out. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you. Oh my God, my actions will show you my gratitude of being here and doing classes and sharing and staying in this path, staying rooted in this path, again and again, no matter what happens. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hail the king, the wealthiest king on the planet, the elite of elites on this planet, making elites. Wow, your words. Even David Icke would be, oh my God, his words are like, yours are like flowing in this transcendental river, Maharaj. Because he's been saying, he says some of these things, but he can't meet it because he doesn't have that. The Lord, he doesn't have that. He doesn't believe that. He believes, this, Maharaj, you've put for me, knowing that kind of everything that's been happening that you've just been talking about, seeing that, knowing that, and seeing it happening all the time. You have made it so clear. In 2 years you've been researching, you've made it so clear for me, and meeting the Lord with it all here, shown is exactly what they're doing. Oh my God, thank you. Well, Alicia's at the doctor's today. I don't know if she's at the doctor's today, and she'll be back soon as well.
Is she all right, or just you have a checkup or what?
Yeah, it's a checkup, but she's going to see if she can get something I gave her. So that's all I'm saying from her doctor. So you know what I'm talking. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
good. I bet
Hopefully
you
that will
can.
happen.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
can. Well, yeah.
So she's gone back.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
He might, but he's gone. She's gone back to see a doctor that's helped her previously quite a lot. He's helped her quite a lot. So let's see what happens. But there are other options as well, and we'll try. It didn't work for sending them for her. It didn't work. So
Yeah,
that is all. But maybe she'll receive them. I don't know. Anyway, I'm coming off now. I've said too much.
Okay. Well, thank you. That was great sharing. That's awesome.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you to the devotees. Thank you.
Gets pretty wild around here. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's awesome, man. Just yeah, that's what I see. That in you got to see the heart. Okay, what do we got here? Amy says, replying to that, that's a very honest of you. Great that you can recognize these faults in yourself. We are all fallen fools, but luckily we have this preaching and associated with this narrow path. Yeah, exactly. To be rich in ecstatic love and compassion to the poor seeker. Poor seeker is what to be rich in ecstatic love and compassion to the poor seeker. Yeah. Yeah, never actually, yeah. But the poor could, people are seekers. You don't know. They could be in the rich, they could be rich people, they could be poor people. It's the Lord's heart, it's in the heart, whether what they are. That's why Lord Caitanya, his devotees were from all classes, and some were wealthy, some were poor. Just like here, people will be coming more and more. Some will be wealthy, some will be poor, and everybody gets the same love. The same understanding. You eat of the same table. Yeah, just like it was then. I mean, that's all we're doing is basically eating this magnificent feast in the real lineage that Lord Chaitanya and his devotees ate. We're eating that same feast, and the Vaishnavas, they're not really at that stage yet because they don't know exactly how to do that. Their gurus can't teach them because they're not eating. You have to be eating that feast. See, and we are. We're eating that feast at that table that Lord Chaitanya was eating. And it's the same feast. It's just been religion now in Vaishnavas, as far as I've seen, going here and there and checking all this stuff. They're just, the bang, bang, clang, clang thing. This is actually eating the feast beyond the external bhakti. So whoever is ready, they can come here and partake of the feast. And it's the Lord's name. The both Radha and Krishna feast. That's what it is, basically. They're really good food, man. They're exquisite cuisine. I've been serving devotees 30 years. I'm not joining this argument. Praise Krishna. What argument? Without service to devotees, no wealth is wealthy. Yeah. Yeah, well, whoever you're serving, because basically you can look at the broader perspective. Everyone is a servant of the Lord. But if it gets you here, it's perfect. It's like really great. Um, because here, this is the final deliverance. You'll be delivered. You'll be delivered in this life. You'll feel it. You'll experience it. You'll know what that is. It won't be some pie in the sky thing. The pearly gates will open when you die. They'll open here now. You'll see what the real pearls are and all of that. Yeah. Yeah, and so anyway, service here is sadhu sangha. It's the highest service of in worship is sadhu sangha. That's what Jesus was doing with his disciples, was sadhu sangha. He was with his disciples and he taught them, he spoke to them the transcendental word. That's sadhu sangha. They became saints in 3 years of hearing from his disciples. The Holy Spirit awakened in them. Well, this is the same thing because you've been listening. After a week, some people became the saintly stuff started coming out of them, which is the Lord. This ecstatic Holy Spirit worship. And now it's just overcoming all of these conditionings and all that stuff in disciples and getting more and more refined. It gets more and more steady. Yeah. So whatever gets you here, or whatever keeps you away, is an obstacle. I've been serving. Okay, Govinda. Yes, that's true. River 5 years in Mayapur. Yeah. Mosquitoes. Okay. I love this path. It's so magical and fulfilling. Yeah, I totally know what you mean, man. Magical. Isn't it nice to be on a magical path? Mystical, magical. I mean, it's what it is. It's very mystical and magical. I need to be here in this Sangha so I can properly give Sri Caitanya to the world, spiritual wealth. Well, yeah, I mean, this is where the strength comes. It comes from sadhu Sangha, associating with ecstatic devotees, and we get more increasingly purified and empowered to make a difference. Srila Prabhupada made rich guys into doing great services. Even Mr. Ford was at his service. Yeah, I mean, it's doing service, but actually, if it brings Mr. Ford here, then that'll be complete. Otherwise, not complete. He'll take another birth. Okay, great, you serve Prabhupada. But you got to become an ecstatic devotee. You got to associate with ecstatic devotees. Prabhupada didn't teach that level. We do. So Gerald Ford or any rich person or poor person who comes here who's a Prabhupada disciple, they will get the work finished. They'll get the spirit of devotion. They'll start crying, laughing, choking up when they chant Hare Krishna mantra. Otherwise, you're not finished. You're not finished to work with Prabhupada or serving Gaudiya Math or Narayan Raj or any of those gurus, Radha. If you're not happily and ecstatically chanting the holy name like many of my disciples are, you're not finished with your work. So that's just the truth. If you don't accept it, well, that's too bad for you because this is really true. This is only logical. What do you think we're worshiping Lord Caitanya for? To become ecstatic like he was and like Nityananda was, like their followers were. Well, if you're not like that now, you haven't completed the work. You don't know Lord Caitanya yet until you become an ecstatic devotee. If you're not crying tears and laughing like a madman and mad woman, that's what the Lord came here to bring. This is called transcendental mellows, the relish of that. That's called transcendental love of Krishna, life's ultimate goal. If you have not achieved that serving Prabhupada, Narayan Raj, or anything, well, you'll probably die without it because we're here to give it very easily. And that's the truth. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. I'm just calling it as it is. If you haven't got it now from following Narayan Raj, Gaudiya Govinda Maharaj, or Radhanath, or Prabhupada, or any of those persons, and you still aren't crying tears in ecstasy like my disciples, many of them are, you haven't finished the work. And if you don't come here, that means you don't know where the work is finished, and you will take another birth until you do. Don't tell me you come to Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna, and then you're going to go there without crying and laughing like a mad woman and mad men like they do in Vrindavan, like Prabhupada did in his room, and Bhakti Siddhanta did in his room, and Bhakti Vinod did in his room, and like we do publicly, and like Lord Caitanya did publicly. Don't tell me you're going there because you're not. You better know the truth now than wait to find out you missed the boat. I'm still going to tell you you're missing the boat. You can pass this to any ISKCON guru, and I'll tell them right to their face, you've missed the boat if you're not crying for Christian ecstasy with the tears and everything you see in our Sangha here 365 days a year. Truth is the truth. We'll set you free if you hear it. You may hate me for it. Doesn't matter. You heard it. It's automatically purifying. You can't get out of it, man. Hate is attraction, man. What did Jesus say? Hate me or love me, but don't be lukewarm. Right now, we got a lot of lukewarm gurus. I don't hear enough blasphemy of what we're doing. I don't hear enough criticism, right, River? Tom, huh? We need more action here. We need to create more of a ruckus. You guys are too lukewarm out there on this situation. We didn't come here to promote superficial peace. We came here to promote peace that surpasses all understanding, but first there has to be a little bit of a fight. Got to get the attention of some devotees here. If you don't go in easily, like getting the good news and you're like a Fanny or an Amy, we got to do it the tough way. We have to have a little bit of a battle. Word battle. Why not empower ecstatic devotees? Aren't they being empowered? Srila Prabhupada made rich guys. Why not empower? Sometimes I'm not understanding what you're saying exactly. It's like I am, but I'm not. Like, why not? Are you saying we're not empowering ecstatic devotees? Or you are? We are. The need to be complete to the end. Yeah, to the end. This is the finishing work. You need to worship God in ecstasy. You need to if you want real life. Otherwise, you got diminished life. You're not understanding why the Lord came here. The Lord said, I have so many worshipers like this. Ooh, Krishna, you're so great. But that love, it's weak. It doesn't control me. See? In other words, it doesn't control you. It doesn't even control Maya. See, this love controls Maya, illusory energy. It keeps you free from the illusory energy, this love. See, the other love is still weak. It overwhelms still people in the awe and reverence and Vaidhi ceremonial worship. Look, they come in overwhelmed. They start a lot of churches are like this. A lot of people in Christianity have their lukewarm love. It's not strong enough to do the job and to be the medicine to embolden you. People think I'm a boaster. Fact is that if I was a false boaster, I wouldn't be so attached to this Sangha. Yeah, exactly. That means just by the fact you come here and appreciate what's going on here, it means is a sign that you have the mercy of the true Lord. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear. You'd be like these false gurus out there, these ones that need to be humbled. Yeah, that's the bottom line. Are you humble before the truth? Are you humble? What is the truth here? The mercy of the Lord is here. There is a bona fide spiritual master here. There are bona fide followers here. The real bhakti is here. That's being humble. Don't tell me like Radhanath is humble. Don't tell me that's humbleness. If he's not humble before where God is working in this world, working in this Satchidananda form, that's not humble yet. You're not humble before dawn. That's feigned. That's like that Devananda Pandit. Remember Devananda Pandit pastime? Devananda Pandit was considered very humble like Radhanath. and they had many followers like Radhanath. You see all the parallels, like Acharya Devs, like all of a lot of followers, a lot of so-called humility. But the Lord chastised him like I chastise these people now. What kind of humbleness are you? Devananda Pandit kicked the ecstatic devotee, Shivananda Sain, out of his class. See, Radhanath misled one of my disciples, saying Gohari is not in the real line. See the parallels, anybody? Narayan Raj said, go away from Gohari. He's not the real guru. I am. He is. He felt he could take and reinitiate my disciples. See? Lord Caitanya wanted to rip up the books of these kinds of persons. They can't teach the real Bhagavatam, right? Because if you teach the real Bhagavatam, you deliver people. If you teach real Chaitanya Leela and Radha Krishna Leela, which is an ecstatic truth, and you don't make ecstatic devotees, you're not bona fide. Now, see? We teach Chaitanya Leela, these teachings, and we make ecstatic devotees and prove it right before your eyes, world. ISKCON, Gaudiya Math, Smriti, world, anyone? Christians? We deliver the goods. Radha and Krishna, ecstatic attachment to them. That's the goods, the goodies. Transcendental goodness. Maria, welcome. Chanting is the only truth. That ain't the only truth. The devotee is also the truth. Krishna is the truth. These books are the truth. And the more important truth to know is that truth coming from his bona fide representative with the transcendental sound and the transcendental ecstasy, the transcendental conclusive truth. Okay. Ooh. All right, let's do our prescribed duties. Hola, agree. Good. Yeah, and if you miss anything, anybody, you can watch some of the replays. A very good class today. Very empowered. Very good chanting too. It's really the ecstasy revival movement for the peace, justice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for true peace. Yeah. Can you imagine finding the peace of finding what the real treasure is? Can you imagine how much peace at heart you will feel? Everybody is agitated. Everybody in the world, they're agitated by looking for peace. Oh, I'll find peace in this beautiful guy or beautiful man. You don't find peace there, do you? I'll find peace in wealth. You become more restless to get more. People looking for peace in all the wrong places. Look, that song is perfect. Looking for love in all the wrong places. See? You find real love. See, love of God, man. You find real peace. Otherwise, you haven't found peace. You don't even know what it is. You come here, we'll give you a piece of the Lord to eat. I have one pigeon always tries to come in. He waits for me not to look, and then he walks right in the door. Same pigeon. He's sitting there now waiting to come in. When is this guy not going to look? And then he just walks in like he owns the place. Okay. Hasta la vista, baby Jesus. Come with us if you want to live. Amy Rose, thank you for coming. Thank you there, Nari. And Tarun, thank you for coming there. Thank you, Maria, for coming. And thank you, who else we got here? Bhakta Tom and Rivers and Isan, is it Isan? Yeah, and everybody else, Janakis, all of you guys. Hare Krishna. Have a great day. We'll be back. We'll be back to terminate some more Maya.